Hello, hello. Going live. A little bit late, but I'm here consistently every Thursday, ideally at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes it's got to be a little bit off because glitches and whatnot happen that interfere with me going live at the time I say I'm going to go live. Blah, blah, blah. You're not here to hear me make up excuses. You're here to deepen your understanding of the power and value of a present moment perspective, which is where we access self awareness. So, if the ultimate goal is self awareness, then the present moment is also a goal for us. So, let's take a look at that real quick here. The keys to giving yourself permission. Let me throw up my agenda. And where is it at? How's everybody doing today? Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays if you don't. Happy Hanukkah. I know that's still going on. A couple more days, I think. I've always felt that was kind of unfair that you got 8 presents and we got 1. But I hear that they're smaller and we get bigger presents. I don't know. Anyway, just killing the time here, standing out in a sea of conformity. How do I create a unique purpose, life, or business in a society that only demands conformity for the most part? Yes, it encourages self-expression and individuality and uniqueness, but not as much as it encourages conformity. You know what I mean by that, right? I did have a awesome little picture of the sheep people that I was going to throw up here, but I didn't get it uploaded. Let me see if I can upload it. Probably not right in the middle of doing this. Shucks. Well, bummer. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. It may crash my computer. So, nope, you're not going to get to see that today. All right. How do I create a unique life in a world of conformity? First of all, do you agree with me? Do you see what I see? Because I'm looking through the filter of self-awareness and observing what's out there to the best of my ability without adding my own judgment, my own opinions that are kind of like an overlay on top of the actual firsthand experience. What is what is. It's not good or bad. Only thinking makes it so. That's from Shakespeare. So they say. I don't care who it's from. It is a genius quote, and it's a beautiful philosophy of life. Nothing is neither right nor the wrong. Only thinking makes it so. Let me get in this frame here. If I come over here, yes, you can see me in the frame more. Nice. Hi. Okay. How do we do this? I'm sure you want to know. So do I. But there's just so much going on right now. Ta-da! Standing out in a sea of conformity is challenging. Would you like it to be less challenging? Would you like it to be more effortless, more natural? These are the qualities, the experiences that are available in the present moment. You want to reconnect with your true self and the nature of your being, then you would definitely want to experience a present moment perspective. And from there, deepen your self-awareness and learn to operate from self-awareness, which is a very cool place to operate. It's from out here more so than being stuck in this body trying to live in a world. It can be very limiting if we do not have access to self-awareness. Self-awareness allows us to direct our attention. And that in and of itself is the most priceless commodity that every single human being has, yet they know it not. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. I mean, obviously, people like me that have worked hard to free up their attention can give more attention to other people, but it's an ability anybody and everybody can have, kind of like the muscles in my body, right? We all got the muscles. Some of us maximize those muscles. Some of us work them out and grow them and get them stronger. Same thing goes with your attention. First, you have to recognize what a priceless commodity attention is. Let's just do a little tangent here. You know how I love my tangents, right? So, what's the one thing that all of creation wants from you? Whether it's a rock star, superstar, movie star, or your own children, or your own pets, or your friends, or your business, or your clients. There's one thing they all have in common that they all want from you. Do you know what that is? I'm sure you have enough intelligence to make an educated guess from what I just shared. Yes, it is our attention. Learn to value your attention and what you give it to. Don't waste it. It can be easily wasted in this world of excess, this world of stimulation. We are just totally, completely overstimulated. Nobody needs this much streaming TV. Nobody needs this much streaming music. Nobody needs this much internet. Nobody needs any of the excess that we've got going on right now. That's just my own belief, my judgment on our modern world that is crazy and out of control. Actually, very much in control, which is half of the problem. Letting go of control is also another benefit of discovering a present moment perspective and experiencing it. All right, standing out in a sea of conformity isn't challenging. Would you like to learn how to make it less challenging? Well, I'm going to be providing a solution that I didn't plug in here. So let me look up here. Experts and entrepreneurs who don't know how to stand out. I'm pretty sure that's here. Let me see. Oh, bummer. I'm certain I had it plugged in here. Well, I will be sharing a solution with you today on how to stand out in a sea of conformity. And you've already kind of figured out by now that what I'm going to turn you on to in this video is a present moment perspective and the self-awareness that can be discovered in the present moment. So let me give you those very practical solutions. If you're here watching live, I love engagement, guys. I need to get the word out there. I'm on a mission to transform the way human beings operate so that we can solve our own problems and minimize the problems we do create, because that's really all that is. It's a collective sickness that leads to war, leads to inflation, leads to recessions. All this stuff is not necessary. Doubt me? Go take a look at nature or speak to somebody that immerses themselves in nature. I'm inspired in this moment to go check out Jane Goodall, who was living with the chimpanzees for months on end, and want to get into what her experience was of nature. Because in my experience of nature, it's not sick. It's not diseased. It doesn't have inflation, doesn't have a recession, doesn't have war, doesn't have any of the problems that humanity has. You know, it's quite often comical when I hear people that's a tongue twister, evangelical. People getting evangelical about the environment and saving the animals and saving nature and saving the planet. Oh, the poor planet, somebody save it. No, that's just us projecting. The planet is going to be fine, as George Carlin said. It's us that need saving. So that's what I'm about to allude you to today. So let me get that engagement. Like and share and follow my page, and let me know you exist. Let me know that I'm not just talking into the ethers, and there isn't a single human being on this planet that is ready to wake up to the truth of reality, their true self, operating from a present moment perspective. If you're on here watching this, something brought you here. I would very much encourage you to honor that. Take a deeper look at what I'm sharing with you. It's not really exclusive to me. I've perfected the process, I've codified it, but what I teach people, they naturally can access on their own. I just speed up that process. It can take lifetimes. We don't want that. We want it now, right now. Yes. Awesome. As a thank you for those of you that are here watching to the end, I'm giving away a free taste of a present moment perspective. That's a $250 value. If you want a chance to win that, drop a hashtag found fun down below. And anytime that I share something that is particularly of interest to you, adds value to your own life experience, I love to get feedback about that. So go ahead and drop another hashtag found fun down in the comments whenever you get a nugget, an aha, a takeaway from my video. And that gives you another chance to win that free taste of a present moment perspective. It's great leading into the new year. That also informed the subject matter that I chose for my live today, right? Because in a Sea of Conformity, being your own person can be challenging, and we have the new year coming up, and it's all about defining yourself in the new year, setting goals and resolutions, right? I'm never going to do this again. That's what it sounds like. I prefer the word goals. So we have a new year coming up, and it's a chance to redefine yourself. So how would it feel to be able to better understand how to stand out when that's not what's encouraged by the status quo or by the masses? Yep. Drop it down below. Also, I'm not sure if it's in here, but somewhere in here, if you're catching the replay, this applies to you as well. I usually wait about a week for this to get out there and for people to engage with it. If you're on here live, I'm going to give you extra special attention because I really appreciate you stopping what you're doing and tuning in to catch me here on this live talking about really important subjects like self-awareness and the present moment. So I'm going to give you probably an extra entry. But if you're here watching the replay, I totally value that too, 100%. In fact, more people catch the replay than catch the live usually, just because it's there and it's available and you can always come back. But let me know if you're here watching the replay so I can check in, make sure you don't have any lingering questions or any unanswered questions from what I presented. And yeah, hashtag replay down below. Let me know you exist. Okay. Welcome to the Found Fun Discovery Method. You can see it right here in my title. This way, right over there. Foundations of Fundamentals. I shortened it to Found Fun because when you focus on the fundamentals in life, life becomes fun. It becomes easy, it becomes effortless. You're not so stressed out with the millions and millions of details that seemingly appear to be crucial when they're really not. There's so much simplicity to be had to existing and living. We, as human beings, have complicated life to the extreme. And it's time to unlearn all those bad habits and to install a new way of operating, a new source code, if you will, because this thing's a computer. You can program it any way you want. You can program it to be evil. You can program it to be good. It's your choice. That's free will for you right there. Welcome to the Found Fun Discovery Method. This is where I am going to share with you that I work with experts and entrepreneurs making a difference in the world. Want to know who I am? This is who I liken myself to be. Maybe I'm a little bit too arrogant about that. Let's see here. I liken myself to Morpheus. I'm Morpheus to your Neo. So remember, all I'm offering is the truth. And this dang on-screen agenda. It's too funny. How do I get it to move? There we go. And where is this thing? There we go. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. That's the Found Fun Discovery Method. New spotting is my proprietary technique for connecting people to a present moment perspective. What I'm giving away for those that attend and watch this video, this live presentation, is a taste of a present moment perspective, aka a taste of the new spotting technique. We can also do something more advanced, which is called reorientation. We'll get into that in a minute right now. Let's just keep moving forward and let you know, I didn't finish my thought there. I work with experts and entrepreneurs making a difference in the world. I'm talking to you. If you're here listening to me and you want to change the world for the better, then let's work together to make that happen. I work with experts and entrepreneurs making a difference in the world to deepen their self-awareness, to operate from a present moment perspective so that they can have, got to find my cheat sheet, more ease, personal power, fulfillment, and well-being. Those are just some of the benefits of operating from a present moment perspective. Well-being, ease, fulfillment, personal power, off the charts. Without getting discouraged by the familiar struggles, curveballs, exhausting efforts, unexpected delays that haunt most unaware people's lives every day. To not be self-aware and operate from a present moment perspective is kind of like a nightmare. I'm sorry to say it. If you haven't experienced this yet, give me a chance to contrast your current reality with what is possible for you in the present moment. You'll really clearly see that if you're given the choice, operating in the present moment far outweighs business as usual, the way everyone else is doing it. It's really stressful. I mean, you've seen the people dying at age 40. They're just keeling over. For whatever reason, we don't need to get into that, but it's not normal for a 40-year-old to just keel over and die. A lot of that has to do with just go, 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 go. Stress, 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 stress. Stephen Twitch just lately passed away and just hit me hard because he's an online, whatever you want to call him, an authority, personality, online personality. I don't really like that, but yes, he spends a lot of time doing videos and doing a lot of content, from what I'm told, and that burned him out. Us content creators are busting our butts so that you have plenty of content to casually scroll through and either engage with or not. Who cares how much time somebody put into that? I'm just here to scroll through. You're welcome to scroll through my content. Just make sure you engage with it. Because if you don't engage with it, The logarithm doesn't pick it up, and I don't get the reach that I normally get. If you want to keep me all to yourself, then don't share it, don't engage, and it won't go anywhere. And then we'll just have the world we have right now for the foreseeable future. How's that sound? You like the inflation going on right now? You like the political climate? You like war in the world? No, we can do better. We are doing better. I do this using the found fun discovery method and firsthand experience and the new spotting technique. I do this using firsthand experience and my proprietary new spotting technique, which is part of the found fun discovery method via intense one-on-one structured regular practice sessions over the phone or Zoom. That's me. Big face, giant face. I want to throw something else up there to make it smaller. Let's throw this back up there. Awesome. Okay. Where are we and where are we going? Please introduce yourself. It's only been 20 minutes and I'm just getting around to asking you to introduce yourself. Drop a comment down below. Let me hear from you. Where are you from? Where in the world are you watching from? And also, what is your expertise? What is your passion in life? Drop it down below. Maybe you'll run into an ideal client here in the comments down below. But by all means, you should be shouting your passion and your purpose at the top of your lungs everywhere you go. This is just another place to do that. Be proud of what you feel your purpose in life is. If you would like support in discovering that purpose, I can support you with that. Drop a hashtag found fun down below. You might win the free taste of a present moment perspective, or you could pay for it. It's $250, and it's a wonderful, wonderful investment, especially leading up into the new year. We're going to do if you're a paying client, I also offer what's called a map assessment because it takes more time than just the present moment perspective, and we get deeper into your goals for the upcoming year and what it is you want to create, just to get a picture of what it looks like to work with me. If you decide to do so, moving forward, we always start with what's the purpose, right? What's the intention behind us working together? What is it that you want to accomplish by working with me? That's always the starting place when it comes to the found fun discovery method. Yep, please introduce yourself and drop a hashtag replay if that's what you're watching right now. Beautiful. Isn't this fun? We haven't really even got to the meat yet. So let's get there. There it is. That's what I was going to show you earlier. As an expert or entrepreneur, making our way in the world can feel daunting. Can you relate? If you're here watching me on this Christmas week when everyone else is out Christmas shopping and having a jolly old time, being an employee working 9 to 5 where you can turn your career on and off like a light switch, must be wonderful. But if you're an entrepreneur, an expert, or business owner, you know in your bones, unfortunately, there is no shutting it off. It eventually becomes a very deliberate strategy of organizing and time management to give yourself free time. If you don't do it on purpose, then the business will consume you. That's why people get jobs. It's a whole lot less responsibility. And for some reason, including me, I'm not going to separate myself from everyone else. I grew up with an extreme aversion to responsibility. I have come to love it since then, but for most humans, that ends up being the default, right? I want the minimum responsibility. Don't give me any more responsibility than I Have to take. So what am I saying here? As an expert and entrepreneur, making your way in the world can feel daunting, especially when we are alone. And yes, this lifestyle tends to isolate us from going outdoors, going out in public and engaging and being social. I find myself spending a lot more time being social online than being social offline. So if I'm speaking your language, let me know down below. Right? It's definitely daunting, more so when you feel alone. We are drowning in a sea of belief solutions. None, if any, point you back to yourself. What does it say? We are drowning in a sea of belief solutions. None point us back to ourself as the real solution. I do that every day and in every way that I can with my clients. I just recently watched Black Adam, and I'm going to do another little tangent here. It's a very unique superhero movie. It's more evolutionary. It talks about ideas like we don't need a hero because we're all heroes. We don't need somebody to come save us like Superman. We need to learn to save ourselves. We need to discover the Superman inside of us because you are the source of your life. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you so choose from free will to take responsibility for yourself, you will discover a tremendous amount of power becomes available to you to use to create a world that benefits everyone. That's an absolute must with the people that I work with. That's why I work with experts and entrepreneurs making a difference in the world. Because if you are looking to make another $1 billion, or you're looking to acquire another 10 companies, or push the middle class even further to the brink, I have no interest in working with you. That's the truth. Now, you could pay me a shit ton of money and you might change my mind. But for the most part, this is about making a difference in the world. We need heroes, champions like never before to wake up in our population and start dictating back to the dictators how we are going to live our life and how this world is going to look. You have to give away your freedom. You have to give away your life. You have to give away your planet, your world. Don't do that. Own it. I'll get there. 1 second. So let's get down to it, right? You want some actual answers now that you've been here for what? Almost a half hour. My gosh, I apologize. I am being as efficient and effective with the time as I can be. Okay, we have our flashcards. Okay. These are 3 reasons plus a bonus, 3 ways plus a bonus that you can distinguish yourself, your unique self, from the faceless masses, from those that choose to conform with society. So, let's explore. Number 1. Learn to love responsibility. What am I talking about? I'm not talking about babysitting your little sister and paying attention while you do that. No. I'm not talking about taking out the trash and doing your chores and being a good little boy. Nope. What am I talking about? I am talking about stewardship, ownership. Another term is agency. When you have agency, you have authority over your domain, which is your reality. But most of you probably haven't heard of the term stewardship. It's kind of died in our society, yet is extremely important. A lot of times you will hear the saying, put your own house in order before you try to go fixing the world, right? I think Jesus says, no, I don't think, I know that Jesus says, remove the plank from your own eye before you attempt to remove the splinter from your neighbor's eye. In other words, you're the problem. And start here before you look out there. Learn to love responsibility. The ability to respond means you're being aware, self-aware, and you're being deliberate in your actions. You're not, the opposite of responsibility is reactivity. And reactivity gets us into lots and lots of problems because we're not deliberate. We're not on purpose. We're just letting our lower self run the show. That can lead to violence. That can lead to emotional, abuse, physical abuse. It can lead to all sorts of problems. Reactivity is not ideal. Responsibility is. And that means I'm in charge. I'm in charge of this thing. I'm in charge of this thing. Whatever it is that I'm experiencing, it's my creation. I'm going to own it. I'm going to take command of it by taking responsibility for it. If you have a family, chances are you understand the concept of responsibility in a more empowering way than a single guy like me that had a lot of resistance to it, right? When you decide to get married, that's another added level of responsibility because what are you doing? You are entering into a contract of marriage with another human being. Basically, hey, we're in it for the long haul. In sickness and in health, richer or for poorer, yada, yada, yada. Of course, it's not that way anymore. I mean, at the first drop of a hat, people get divorced because he didn't, put his dirty laundry in the basket. I mean, it's ridiculous stuff like that these days that people are getting divorced. And that just goes back to a disregard for responsibility in our society. Outsourcing is the nom de jour, the soup de jour, right? Outsource, outsource, outsource. And it's rampant. It's everywhere, whether it's big pharma and their magic pills, right? Oh, you got a problem? I got a pill. You got a problem? I got a pill. Oh, you got a problem? I got a pill. That is outsourcing right there, right? When we have the capacity to heal ourselves, yet we choose to not be responsible for our own health. We put it in other people's hands. And then when they don't take responsibility for our health, we get all up in arms like it's a crime of the century when really the original crime was us not taking responsibility for our own life, for the outcomes in our life, for what we experience in our life. Learning to love responsibility. When you take responsibility, you have a level of seniority. You have a level of authority that allows you to maneuver more freely in life because you're not beholden to others that you outsourced your responsibility to. It's all on you. How does this happen on a more realistic level? Let's say you're just waking up to the present moment and self-awareness. Well, it looks like if you go to see a doctor that you still take responsibility for the purpose in visiting him and for the result in the visit. If you're having a surgery, don't throw up your hands. Take responsibility for the experience. Decide it's going to go well. Decide it's going to be perfect. Decide the doctor is going to be on point. These are things you can take responsibility for. Decide that there's not going to be any complications. How many people do this proactively in their life? Take responsibility for the outcome. It becomes addictive after a while when you recognize that you can actually decide the outcome of any and every experience that you're having. It's really cool stuff. Number 1, learn to love responsibility. Moving on at a brisk pace. Number 2 is a big long one. Living from a present moment perspective eliminates the illusion of time. So why am I bringing this up as way number 2 to stand out in a sea of conformity? Because we are our own worst enemy. You're looking at a recovering procrastinator right here himself. And boy, have I learned a lot about myself through self-discovery of my procrastinator identity and putting off what I can do today until tomorrow. Well, in order for this to work, we have to also buy in to the illusion of time, that there really is a tomorrow, when in fact there isn't. Nope. There's just the next moment, and the next moment, and the next moment. We are always here now in the present moment. And if that was the reality you operated from, can you see how your really crappy excuses would go right out the window? Oh, I'll wait. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it whenever I get around to it. You know, I'll do it when the stars and the moon align and the once in a blue moon, yada yada yada. On and on, a million excuses for not taking action now. The power of now is the power of the present moment. Thank you, Eckhart, for that. All right. Does that make sense? Did we cover that? Yes. No time, no excuses. Simple as that. You take time out of the equation, and then the next thing you know, you're just ready to be here now and accomplish the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. Number 3, big one. Reorient your source back to self. I've already hit upon this earlier when we were talking about responsibility. Who's the source of your wealth? Who is the source of your health? Who is the source of your fulfillment, love, joy? I could go on and on. I don't want to scare you, because that can happen, right? It can be a little overwhelming in the beginning. So take it step by step. Rome wasn't built in a day. And that's comforting to realize that you do have an eternity to get this right. But why wait? Let's make it happen now. And one of the best ways to do that is to reorient the source of yourself. Make yourself your source. Is this making sense? I am being careful how I introduce this and present it, because we also have a large religious contingency in this country that have been indoctrinated to believing that God's the source. Jesus is the source. Not me. Oh, no, not me. And that's fine. But it is still your choice. You are making a decision to outsource your power to God, to Jesus. And if I was going to be a spokesperson for both my favorite characters in this universe, God and Jesus, I would say they agree with me. They don't want to be your source. They want you to be your own source and to wake other people up to that source. I love that saying that God helps people that help themselves. Is there a divine, supreme intelligence in this universe? I believe there is. Do I believe it is actively involved as if it was a separate consciousness in my life, deciding what I'm worthy of, answering my prayers, all that stuff? This has gotten super, super complicated. Bottom line, reclaim your source. Don't give it away. Don't give it away to outside authorities. Don't give it away to Western medicine, any form. It doesn't matter what it is. The solution resides inside of you. It is there for you to access. The therapist is only helping you heal yourself. The doctor is only helping you heal yourself. His ego might think he's God and that he can create miracles, but at the end of the day, it's really an agreement between you and the doctor. I'm not going to go any farther into this. Reorient yourself. Reorient your source back to self. This happens in the present moment. It's very simple. When we become present and aware, we recognize our true self is the source of what we're experiencing. Want a bonus? No, you want this video to be over, don't you? Just kidding. Bonus time. Remember, these are ways to stand out in a sea of conformity, right? Own your own source. What an awesome way to stand out. That is definitely unique relative to the majority of humanity that is outsourcing their responsibility, their source, to other human beings, right? You're going to heal me. You're going to fix me. You're going to educate me. You're going to make me wealthy. You're going to make me successful. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. The best thing you can ever do, if you ever decide to work with a coach or a trainer like me, is show up and be on equal footing with whoever it is you chose to work with. Don't lounge back. Don't lay back and expect for them to do all the work. You'll get very little results if that's how you're operating. All right, number 4, the bonus. To thy own self be true. We spend way too much time fronting in the world, right? The facade. This is who I am. My fancy car, my fancy house, my trophy wife, my perfect little kids, my white picket fence, my career, etc., etc. It's all that same facade that we all build. We all build a facade and then we present it to the world. Look at how perfect my life is. Oh, don't look in the closet. Don't look over there. No, you don't want to see that part of my life. That part of my life is not for anybody to see, especially me. Oh, no, I don't want to see it. No, I'm not going to look over there. I'm just going to look at the facade. So if you would like to stand out more in a sea of conformity, decide here and now, moving forward, to thy own self be true. Forget being true to other people. Yes, of course, it's important to be honest and to speak the truth. But how often do you do that with yourself? How often do you deliver a wake-up call to yourself with some brutal honesty, like, hey, it's time to get going here, or you need to look at that sabotage pattern, or you need to look at that limitation that's holding you back and get real about it. Lots and lots of awesome things to be had here. So lastly, but not, remember, I am giving away a free taste of a present moment perspective. All you got to do is drop a hashtag found fun down below to enter to win, and I'll randomly pick somebody over the next week to give that to and set them up for success in 2023 by accessing a present moment perspective allows you to reorient yourself, reprogram yourself. If you want to make changes, it starts by getting present. What else do I need to share here? Catch me live on YouTube. I would love some likes on likes. Is that what we do? Yeah, likes or subscribe. I'd love it if you would head over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel, which is the Found Fun Discovery Method, I believe. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. If you have troubles finding it, then shoot me a message and I will look it up. I very much appreciate that. YouTube, my Facebook page, which is right here, and my profile. I think there's an event that gets thrown up there, but I got to work at getting this video out to more people through my profile, because obviously I have more friends than I do have followers here on my page. If you happen to be a follower here on my page and you're watching this video, I want to hear from you. I want to shout your name from the mountaintops because you're paying attention to important subject matters here. Things that we carry to the next life if you believe in past lives. This is not temporal stuff I'm talking about here. This isn't about hacking this or hacking that. This is about long-term success and well-being in all of our existence. I just said that. I need to get rid of that. I have an email list. Please, please, please go over and sign up for my email list so that I have your contact info and we can stay in touch in the event that something awful happens, like Facebook goes under. Maybe that wouldn't be so awful, but you didn't hear it from me. I have a love-hate relationship with social media. It's totally necessary. It's a great tool, but man, can it suck you in. I'm so grateful to have the ability to manage my attention, to direct it, and to stay in the present moment and be a more productive by being more responsible and being more on purpose while I'm here on social media. So head on over to the foundfundiscoverymethod.com/inner circle. Sign up. I will get you a free taste of a present moment perspective just for signing up on my email list. And that's how I'm going to reach out and connect with you. And I'm also intending to do some very exclusive content only for my email list. So get yourself on there. That's about it. Last but not least, the fastest way to get to where you want to in life is with a guide who's been there before you. Let me try that again. The fastest way to get to where you want to in life is with a guide who has been there before you. If you're curious about the present moment, I'm your guide. I can take you there and beyond into the domain of self-awareness, becoming an expert operator. A self-awareness expert operator is the pinnacle of my program. And yeah, it makes you superhuman. If you don't want to be superhuman and access abilities that are only talked about in myths and ancient legends, then definitely do not pursue self-awareness or the present moment. Stay stuck. Stay in the land of conformity and just be another faceless machine cog in the machine of the world. And be a consumer too. Yeah, we love you to be a consumer. The more you can consume, the richer we get. So please, by all means, do not discover your uniqueness, your individual talent, or what makes you special in life, because we can't make money off of that. I'm playing devil's advocate, guys. All right, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you very much. And look for me next Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on my page. Make sure you're following my page so you get those notifications. All right. Bye for now.